About what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
Man, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams, man.
Fight.
What about the Terence Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I want it to happen, but if not, yeah.
And there's like right now, you got Bozy Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
You know, the eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, you know, we just going to keep saying, oh, boost, until he meet that fighter that's going to test.
Jaron Bozy Ennis and Terence Bud Crawford faced each other during a live interview, and the atmosphere was intense. Bozy immediately made his intentions clear, saying he is ready to step up and fight at 154 right now. Crawford responded quickly, though, explaining that at this point in his career, he is focused only on pursuing the biggest fights available.
Do you consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
But then raised the pressure even more when he said Bozy has not fought rivals that prove he belongs on the same stage. That remark quickly sparked reactions among fans because this went beyond normal talk between fighters. It sounded like a direct challenge had just been put out.
For Avanesyan, you could for me.
You jumped up out of my sanction body to go fight in the IBF. So what I know? If it don't matter, catch up.
Yo, he picked Avanesyan.
Catch up.
Avanesyan was way under.
You just said it don't matter. Catch up. I'm talking about before that.
He not about it. We already know he's not about what he's talking about.
I'm not about what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
Man, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams, man.
Fight.
Crawford made it clear he is not looking for simple matchups, while Ennis showed he is finished waiting quietly for an opportunity. Their back and forth left many fans thinking that if these two ever agreed to a deal, the fight could turn into something huge inside the ring. Right after that heated exchange between Crawford and Bozy, another person joined the discussion. Bozy Ennis stepped forward like a father ready to stand up for his son and speak about the situation himself.
I said, man, listen closely. Make that fight. You know, we want that fight. You know what I mean? I said, you know, we wanted him or either Spence. It didn't make no difference. As long as we get to fight, we'll see where we coming from. Right now, we ain't worrying about Crawford. We're going to clean 147 now, and then we're going to move to 154. If he there and he got a belt, we coming after him. Simple as that.
He clearly was not holding anything in. Bozy stated that they never tried to stay away from Crawford. He even joked that the only thing he ever refuses is turning the thermostat up when the power bill starts getting expensive. It was classic old-school boxing father attitude. He also challenged the story being told by saying that if Crawford truly wanted a fight with Bozy, he could have contacted them himself instead of letting the message travel through a long line of different people.
So yeah, we're going to talk about it and we're going to discuss what we're going to do with with Terence and Bozy. That's what, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, well, if you want to fight, just let me know. That's just what Steven said, right? And they said, well, we'll call you later on. Never called them back. That's what happened. So they trying to say that we never turned the fight. I talked to Terence last night. We never turned the fight down. We've been wanting to fight Terence.
Bozy also mentioned that Crawford decided to face Avanesyan even though a fight with them was possible at the time. In other words, he was suggesting that Crawford went with the simpler path instead of taking on the tougher test. The remark was direct, and it quickly got fans discussing the situation. In the end, supporters only want to see the best fighters step into the ring together instead of hearing constant talk about deals. And if this matchup ever becomes real, it will probably deliver heavy action and not turn into a quiet 12-round battle.
You could have fought us, but you're going to fight Avanesyan. And then I said, Avanesyan, you could have fought us. And then Terence said, well, Bozy could have been number one. All you had to do is call us. We would have took that fight. You didn't have to fight Avanesyan. Avanesyan, whatever.
Avanesyan ranked in the WBO?
Way behind us. You know what I mean? So if you really wanted to fight us, you could have fought us. That's what I said.
After Bozy finished speaking and reminded everyone that Crawford could have contacted Boots directly instead of choosing the Avanesyan bout, another respected figure entered the conversation. Roy Jones Jr. stepped forward and offered his view with the level of understanding fans expect from him. Whenever Roy talks about boxing, people listen closely because he is not only a Hall of Famer but also a voice whose experience in the sport holds real authority.
What is Boots versus Terence Crawford? What does that look like?
I don't know yet, cause we haven't seen Boots in against a guy that has touched him good enough to really test his chin. So we don't. That's the only thing we don't know about him yet. We don't know if he can take the real punch yet because we haven't seen it. But as far as the skill goes, he got everything, and that fight could be a very difficult fight because he has everything.
Roy said that Boots obviously has strong talent and real ability, but the main question is whether his chin has faced a serious test yet. It was a fair observation. A fighter might show great speed and quick movement, but until he absorbs a hard punch from someone as accurate as Bud, nobody truly knows how solid his toughness really is.
A guy is talented and has the skill level that Boots has. Anything can happen, but don't get it wrong. Bud has that skill level too, so great.
Up to now, Boots has looked almost impossible to beat, but Bud represents the hardest test any fighter could take on. Skill by itself would not be enough against him because defeating Crawford demands exact timing, deep patience, and true resolve. If this fight ever becomes real, it would answer more than the question of whether Boots deserves a place at the very top. It would also reveal if Crawford adds another huge moment to his legacy or if a new chapter starts with the next generation stepping forward. No matter the result, fans would be excited because matchups like this remind everyone what makes boxing so exciting.
Reality is, Jaron Ennis didn't force his team to make this fight and say, listen, Steven, I'm signed to you and Showtime. I'm not signed to the PBC and Al Heyman. You need to do what's best for my career and make this fight happen. And he didn't do that. And the rest is history. Terence Crawford moved on.
After Roy Jones Jr. highlighted Boots as a complete fighter but still raised doubts about how well his chin has been tested, Timothy Bradley added his own take and urged everyone not to jump to conclusions since Crawford still has serious tests left in his career. Bradley spoke in a very straightforward way, saying that even though Bud is already seen as an elite boxer, real greatness only shows when a fighter takes on risky challenges like Benavidez Jr. and also high-level skilled opponents like Bivol.
Feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that could be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
Honestly, Bradley makes a fair point here. Crawford's win over Canelo felt like a huge milestone, almost like he had achieved something special and historic. But if he moves up to 168 or even beyond that, the danger level changes completely. At that point, it is not just about whether Bud can win anymore. It becomes about whether he can handle fighters who are naturally bigger for that weight and still find a way to outsmart and outbox them in the ring. These are the kind of high-pressure situations that fans really enjoy watching. And to be clear, Bradley is not trying to take away from the excitement. He is actually increasing it. When a former champion openly suggests that Crawford could face serious problems against those types of opponents, it makes the challenge feel even bigger. It serves as a reminder that these are not simple fights, but real legacy-defining battles.
Yeah, back to Benavidez. Damn, if Benavidez come back down to 168, man, that's another crazy matchup for Terence Crawford. Because, again, look, with the skill set of Crawford and everything else he brings, right? These guys have skills too, and they bigger than he is. See, and that's difficult. That's gonna be real, So, I mean, look, if Crawford can go down and face that dude, bro, man, whoo, Crawford's legacy, everybody will be tuning in just to see Terence Crawford's greatness because he's a mega star now. So it don't matter who Terence fight. Everybody gonna be tuning in to see the greatness of Terence Crawford. That Bivol fight. Yeah, on this channel, if you stay tuned on this channel, y'all know that Bivol is a miracle fight. Yeah, he's a miracle fight. Terence Crawford may need a miracle beating that dude right there. Styles make fights. I tell you folks all the time, Styles makes fights. That's what it is. And Bivol got the style to give Terence Crawford fits. He got the size to give him fits. He got the footwork to give him fits. He got the jab to give him